A squad made only of riflemen can move, shoot, and take ground. But against machine guns, snipers, drones, and armor, it starts to fall apart. So what roles does a small unit actually need? In this video, we go through each one and show how they work together in one final attack. Before we break down the squad roles, quick thanks to Delete Me for sponsoring this video. On the battlefield, exposed information can make you easier to target. Online, the same basic problem exists. Data brokers and people search sites can collect details like your name, address, phone number, relatives, and other personal information, then make that information available online. That exposure can increase the risk of scams, phishing, harassment, and doxing, especially when personal data can be used faster and more effectively than ever. Delete Me is a hands-free subscription service that helps remove your personal information from hundreds of data broker and people search sites. They also keep checking for your information, because these sites can repost data over time. Delete Me has been working in personal information removal for over 15 years, and they have real privacy advisors available for custom requests. Get 20% off Delete Me consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/euro and use promo code EURO at checkout, or use the QR code on screen. That's joindeleteme.com/euro, code EURO. Now back to the video. The Rifleman is the baseline fighting role inside a small unit. Strip away every specialist function, and this is what remains. A person with a rifle closing distance on a problem. His job is fairly simple. Move, take ground, and hold it. That means crossing exposed spaces, entering buildings, moving through trenches, checking corners, watching sectors, and staying in the position once it has been taken. The key point is that firepower alone cannot occupy ground. A position can be damaged, suppressed, or destroyed from a distance, but control only begins when someone physically stands there and keeps the enemy out. So the rifleman's real function is actually occupation. The main cost is exposure. To hold ground, he first has to cross it, and crossing open ground under fire is the most dangerous moment in any firefight. And that is what the machine gunner is for. The rifleman has to cross dangerous ground, so the machine gunner makes that ground harder for the enemy to control. His role is suppression. He puts sustained, accurate fire onto a position so the enemy has to stay low, lose sight, shift their aim, or move away from the firing point. That can be a window, a trench, or a tree line. The exact target changes, but the purpose stays the same. Stop the enemy from using that position freely. This creates the short window where movement becomes possible. The machine gunner is powerful because he controls space. One weapon can cover a wide angle and command a whole field, but the weapon is heavier, louder, and constantly needs ammunition. Once it starts firing, its own position becomes easier to find. So the machine gunner can make movement possible, but he cannot make it safe. And that is what the medic is for. A casualty is a tactical problem before it is only a medical one. One wounded man can slow the route, pull others out of position, consume attention, and force the unit to make decisions under pressure. This is why wounding can sometimes disrupt a unit more than neutralizing. A dead soldier is a loss. A wounded soldier creates an obligation depending on the army's morale and casualty system. Some forces will risk more to recover one man. Others may leave him where he falls. The medic exists to stop one hit from spreading through the whole fight. He controls bleeding, keeps the casualty alive, helps move him back when possible, and lets the unit carry on their task. In theory, a clearly marked medic is protected under the laws of war. In reality, that symbol only works against an enemy willing to respect it. But once someone is down, someone still has to decide who helps, who covers, and whether the unit keeps going. That is where leadership becomes essential. The squad leader may not be the first man through every door, but he is still a priority target. Modern armies try not to make leaders obvious. Rank is subdued and nobody wants a bright symbol showing who is in charge, but behavior gives him away. The man using the radio, checking the map, pointing others into position, or having everyone look to him is exactly the man the enemy wants to remove. If he goes down, chances are that the rest of the squad will follow soon enough. His role is almost purely command. He decides when to move, when to stop, and what to do next. A lot of that work happens before contact. He reads the terrain, expects where the fight may develop, and positions the squad so the first reaction is not improvised from panic. That is why the pressure on him is so high. If his call is wrong, the cost is paid by the men around him. The designated marksman gives the unit overwatch. In an urban attack, he may stay back and watch the long street the unit has to move through. His strength is distance and patience. He usually chooses a position with cover, camouflage, and a clear line of sight. Distance gives him protection. But once that position is found, the marksman becomes a priority target. Stay visible for too long and drones may arrive quickly. His job is to wait for the target that matters. The route may look safe, ordinary soldiers may cross it, and then the important target appears. A machine gun can make an enemy position keep its head down. but only the marksman can eliminate the threat quickly. Precision only works against what can be seen. If the enemy is behind a wall, the Grenadier is needed. If enemy troops open fire from a building, the Grenadier can answer with explosives. That can force the enemy out, stun them long enough for the assault group to move, or simply blast the position open. The same logic applies to vehicles. If an infantry fighting vehicle or armoured carrier appears, rifles may do very little. The Grenadier gives the unit a way to damage or destroy it before it can dominate the fight. If the enemy is behind real cover, direct fire may only keep them down. A rifleman can shoot at the opening, a machine gun can suppress it, a marksman can punish anyone who exposes himself, but if the enemy is deep inside a bunker, none of that may be enough. Explosives attack the space their enemy is hiding inside. Sometimes the squad cannot solve the problem with its own weapons. A building may be too strong to suppress, too dangerous to cross, and too costly to assault directly. That is when the radio becomes a weapon. A good corps can bring in artillery, air support, or other support assets that hit far harder than anything the squad carries itself. The same applies in defense. If the position is under heavy pressure and the line is starting to thin out, communication can bring in reserves before the whole defense collapses. The radio operator connects the squad to the rest of the army. If communication is lost, the squad becomes isolated. No artillery, no support, no reserves, and no clear picture higher up of what is happening. The squad may still be fighting, but nobody outside knows exactly where it is, what it needs, or how close it is to breaking. That is why the enemy will often target this role above others. The newest role is the drone operator. Instead of sending a soldier into a building to find the enemy and risk him, send a drone. Instead of risking the Grenadier against armor, send a drone to find it, track it, or strike it. Instead of making the marksman wait for one narrow angle, put a camera above the whole position. The drone combines the best parts of every role before it. It scouts, watches, guides movement, finds targets for support, and can attack directly. The risks are also uneven. If the drone is shot down, the unit loses only plastic and an opportunity. The operator is safely guarded by the squad. Electronic warfare may jam the signal unless the drone uses fiber optic control. In this age, if you send your soldiers to do a job a drone can do, you are the reason they won't come home. Now put the unit together. The squad begins inside the forest. The drone operator is activated first. For this example, only a scout drone is available. Ahead is one enemy building, a sandbag machine gun position, and an infantry fighting vehicle on the side. The leader now has a picture of the fight. The vehicle is the biggest threat, so he tells the radio operator to call in 2 extra grenadiers before anyone moves forward. Once they arrive, the leader gives the route and assigns the roles. 2 grenadiers fire on the infantry fighting vehicle from the side, while the third stays ready in case the first shots fail. The vehicle is hit and taken out of the fight. With the armor gone, the marksman waits for the machine gun position to expose itself, then takes the shot. Enemy riflemen inside the building start firing back. The friendly machine gunner suppresses the building while the riflemen move closer through the trees. One rifleman is hit. The medic is already close enough to pull him back without stopping the whole attack. Then the last grenadier fires into the wall and opens the position. The riflemen move in, clear the building, and turn it into ground held. If you are interested in learning more, I've made a 1-page small unit role guide for this video. It covers extra roles, equipment, strengths, weaknesses, and what happens if a role is missing. You can find it as a digital download in the store linked in the description, along with my other guides and maps. I would also like to thank my Patreon supporters. Your support helps me keep making these videos. And thanks again to Delete Me for sponsoring this video. Get 20% off Delete Me consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/euro and use promo code EURO at checkout, or use the QR code on screen.